sir, Brahmaputra river, and sir, the bank is the Biswanath Ghat. Sir, it is derived from that, so it is called Biswanath Chariali. And sir, the word Chariali is due to the sir. Sir, there are actually four ways of the roads in the main town. Sir, in my town, sir, there is the third clock tower made in all over the northeast, and the first clock tower of the Assam. Sir, from the ancient times, sir, it is considered as a border of sir two main kingdoms. Sir, that is sir the nearby town, sir, which is Sotia, and the other side, sir, it is the Gohapur town. Sir, Biswanath Charli also has sir one of the three farm machinery institute of training and research all over India. Sir, the population is almost 30,000 approximately, and sir, it is the headquarters of the district Biswanath. Sir, our district was formed recently, sir, on the 15 August 2015, and here the most of the people, sir, Assamese, and some other tribes. The people of other tribes also live here, sir.
Yeah, good. What about Tezpur?
Sir, Tezpur is a big city, sir, nearby to this town. Uh, it has got, sir, many monuments and historical places. Sir, it is also a place of great tourism, sir. It has one of the, sir, finest national universities, that is the Tezpur University, where even the students of foreign countries come and study. Sir, some fine monumental structures are the Agnigarh, and sir, other tourist places are the Coal Park and Ganesh Ghat, etc.
Okay, good. Now, Ayan will talk about you, your personal details, right from your childhood till now, all that you have learned, what all games you play, your social habits, about your ambitions and what you want to do in life, things like that, right? So there
Yes,
is
sir.
nothing new that I am going to ask you. Everything is there in your mind. So be like open up and speak frankly and clearly. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So tell me about your education background starting from standard 8th onwards. What all subjects did you have? What all subjects did you like? Which all subjects you did not like much? Tell me about the teachers you liked the most, the teachers you did not like the so much, your successes in your exams, various exams, the sports you played at different levels, starting from around 7th, 8th, you can say, your likes and dislikes about your school in general, and in particular compared to other schools in your town.
Yes, sir. So from my class 8, uh, I'm very good at academics. Sir, I cannot remember the actual percentage how much I got, sir, but it is always above 90%. Sir, sir, coming to subjects, sir, till class 10th, I had all the common subjects, that is science, social science, Hindi, and sir, I am staying in the state of Assam, so I also had the subject Assamese, sir, and English, sir. Then after class 10th, sir, I have choose the science stream with physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and English. I do not have any sixth subject, but other students of my class have the sixth subject, that is physical education. Sir, coming to teachers, sir, the teachers at our school are very much friendly to all of the students. Sir, my favorite teacher is Deepak sir. Sir, that is our math teacher. He is very much friendly. He is a brother as well as a father figure to me, because he speaks uh, frankly as a brother, and he also advises to me in every aspect, not only in the aspect of education. Sir, any problem that I give him, he always provides me with the solutions of the problem. And sir, uh, it is not like I dislike any teacher, but whenever I list the teachers whom I like most and the like least, sir, there comes a lady teacher, that is Miss Dimpy Das. Sir, she is also very frankly to me, but I found that she is not able to teach all the things that she has learned. Some things which she has not learned at her school age, or learned in another way, she teaches in the same way, and we which we can't understand. And if we give her any problem from any other coaching institutes, then she says that I will not teach this. So it is the reason why I like her the least. Sir, sir, any question that I have missed?
Yeah, tell me about your overall liking about your school compared to other schools in the town.
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, I think our school is the best in our town, sir, because of the academic excellence which it has created. Sir, many students of other schools after the 10th standards also come to our schools. Like, sir, there are schools, East Indian School and the Little Star schools. The student of there after the 10th class have come to our school to study the 11th and 12th standard. Uh, and sir, about the games and sports I played, sir, I play volleyball, kho and table tennis in the school premises. Sir, that's all.
Okay. Then I find you play a lot of games. So, what all levels did you reach, and what did you learn from each of these sports individually? And about your hobby, also tell me. Rangoli, it's a very peculiar hobby amongst gents. So, tell me, why do you like doing Rangoli, and what are the different types of Rangolis, and how exactly you draw them?
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, I played many games like volleyball and kho. Sir, in volleyball, I played inter-school, in which our school team secured the runners-up position in our district. And I also played kho in the inter-house competitions in our school. I played table tennis, where I secured, sir, first position in our school. But I but there were no any competitions for inter schools in our town for table tennis and kho. But I played volleyball for inter school. Sir, I learned from these games that I learned the team spirit, sir, how we should cooperate in a team. And for volleyball, I was even the captain of the team. So I also learned leadership from this game.
Good.
Sir, Rangoli isn't my hobby, but I participated in the Rangoli making competition in my school. Sir, here only circular Rangolis are allowed, so it is called, therefore, it is called goal actually. In the words Rangoli, is the goal because it is circular. Uh, Sir, what I have seen is, sir, I have found Alpana making. So I used the I colored, sir, the rice, dried rice. I colored them and I spread uh, through my hand. So and I make very beautiful rangolis. So that's why I secured once first and another time second position in the inter school
Good. That's
rangoli
very
making.
nice. So now we will talk about your family background. Tell me
Yes, sir.
first about your parents, your elder brother, what all you do at home, how do you help your parents? Because both of them are working, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And what all assistance you got from them, even from your elder brother? And how do you help your younger sister who's very young? What all games you play with them? What all activities you indulge with your younger sister as well as your elder brother? And since both of you are grown up ages, you must be fighting a lot. So what are those reasons for fights and how do you resolve it?
Yes, sir. Sir, my father is the vice principal of a senior secondary government school. Sir, he is MA in English and B.Ed. He is also a B.Ed. Sir, he had also diploma in English language teaching. He is also director of a private school. Sir, my mother is the principal of a private school, which is the same, the Biswanath Ganbharati, where I have been studying since my childhood till now. Uh, my brother uh, is currently pursuing MSc in mathematics in the Birla Institute of Technology and Science in Hyderabad. Uh, he has been very much supportive to me because, sir, he has shared all his experience which he have experienced in his life, and uh, also advised me to go into the right path. Sir, my parents are very much supportive. Sir, they have been always strict as well as very much lovely to me. So because of their occupation, so the strictness in their behavior has uh, come to their behavior strictness, and so I have been well brought up by them, as well as a student and as well as a child of their. So then my sister is currently studying in the kindergarten standards. She is very much younger than me and my brother. So sometimes we fight in our house. Suppose she wants to see a TV channel, but I wants to see another TV channel. So there these fights occur. But these are some temporary fights. These do not make any changes in our behavior to each other. So these fights are usually resolved even if there is a hatred between us for some time. Sir, it gets automatically resolved. Sir, these fights get after some time we see both of us laughing at each other, then smiling. So in this way we remain happily, all of us three.
So you are very lucky in a way that your parents are very well educated, principals of two schools
Yes,
and
sir.
various other places. So what all advantages? How did you make use of their knowledge, their experience in your academic career or everywhere else? And don't you think your academic career should have been much better compared to your friends?
Sir, yes, sir. It is obviously it is better compared to my friends, sir, because from class eighth onwards, sir, I have been the topper of my class. Uh, Sir, my father has been always helpful to me in the English subject, uh, because he has taught from my childhood. He has taught me handwriting and English grammar and many other aspects in the literature. My mother has also been supportive in other subjects like science and social science, because she has MA in economics as well as BSc in geobiography. Sorry, biogeography. Sorry, sir. And uh, in this way, sir, they have been very much supporting me in academics. So I have taken advantages of their knowledge, because they have been um, always operating the all the activities in the schools. So I have also had a very great knowledge about how the things in these schools are usually maintained and operated.
So what my real question was, you should have been doing much better in academics. You should have been topper, done well, and gone to IIT, applied and appeared for IIT. No,
Yes, sir.
instead you want
Sir,
to join the
currently I
Air
am
Force as a.
appearing in the 12th standard, so I will also appear the JEE mains and JEE advanced for the IITs. Sir, they are my alternate options actually. Sir, my
That should have been
primary.
top with your background. That's what I'm saying. No.
Yes, sir. I am preparing well for my exams, for my entrance exams to IITs. But my primary focus is to join the National Defense Academy, sir.
Why? Why do you want to become a flying pilot with all this academic background?
Sir, sir, from a very small age, sir, I've been very much fascinated to sci-fi movies, sir, like Interstellar and Martian. So after looking those movies, sir, I always wanted to become an astronaut. Sir, so when I researched about it, sir, I found that to be an astronaut from any other country, I need to be the citizen of that country. Like for NASA, I need to be citizen of US. So that was not possible for me, and I researched in the Google, and I found that before 20 August 2022, ISRO is going to launch crewed mission, first crewed mission uh, from India, that is Gaganyaan, and sir, they are going to opt the astronauts from Indian Air Force, the test pilots. So I want to join the Indian Air Force. Uh, so that's why. I also want to serve the nation, and sir, I also want to live a disciplined, healthy, and fit life.
Very good. Since you have decided to join the Air Force,
Yes, sir.
tell me all that you know about the Air Force.
So the Indian Air Force was established in 8th October 1932. Sir, previously it was known as the Royal Indian Air Force because it was under the British government. Sir, but after the independence, it came to be known as Indian Air Force. So till now, there have been only one Marshal of the Indian Air Force, that is uh, Marshal Arjun Singh, and Indian Air Force is the fourth biggest air force of the world. It has got many trainee and fighter aircraft, helicopters, and cargo airplanes. Uh, Recently, 36 Dassault Rafale have been introduced to the Indian Air Force, and those Rafales have also have led to the growth of the power of Indian Air Force. Uh, Indian Air, about yes, sir. That's all.
About its organization, how does it function, which is the nearest Air Force base to your location? Have you visited it?
No, sir. Not till now. I have not visited.
Which is the nearest one?
So it is the Air Force Station at Tezpur.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have
Sir,
very
I
good knowledge
visited
about
another
the
Air
Air
Force
Force.
station that is at Silchar.
Okay. How far is Silchar from your place?
Sir, it is almost 300 to 350 kilometers.
Yeah. So Tezpur is the nearest, 80 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
So you have good knowledge about the Air Force and you have determined to join the Air Force, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now that your family we have covered in detail and your choices, what you have made for yourself for the future, and you studied in the school where your father was the principal,
No, sir. My mother was the principal.
mother was the principal. So some student was punished by your school. I won't say your mother, your school teachers, principal. So he has a grudge against you because he's in the same class or maybe your colleague somewhere in sports or anywhere. So he catches you in a lonely place and he says, Ayan, I'm going to teach you a lesson today. How come I was treated badly in the school? Your mother being principal. What will you do?
Sir, at first I will have a good talk with him. So then I will share all the experiences with my parents, and sir, they will
He
take
is
them.
not interested in talk. He is interested in action. And he has shown his intentions also to you. You also recognize.
Yes, sir. Then I will also, at first, I will just clarify that he is more powerful than me or not. Sir, if he is more powerful, then I will run out from there. And if I can indulge in fight, then I will obviously fight with
So
him.
he realizes you are scared of him, so he catches your collar from behind and pulls you backwards, and you fall because you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now what will you do?
Sir, I will also start fighting with him. I will
He
also
gives,
start fighting.
yeah. So in that fight, he gives you a knock and takes out a knife.
So then I will just shout for the help of other people.
Nobody is close by or nobody is coming. You are shouting right from the beginning.
So I will just give him a kick and run out
Sorry?
from there. I will just kick him and run out from there.
Yeah, when you are trying to kick, he holds your leg and you again fall.
So somehow I'll manage it, sir, to fight with him and run out from there.
You are not able to. He is strong, you know it. You have realized it.
So then once the fight is finished, so it is obvious that he will not kill me. So then once the fight is finished,
No, but
then
he has taken a knife and he is also very serious about, if not kill you, his aim is to injure you. And he is abusing you, your parents, your pura dynasty, everything is abusing.
sir, then sir, somehow I will also injure him as much as I can. And
Okay,
so
good.
then I will run out.
So you will keep resisting and fighting. Okay.
Yes, and after
Suppose
that I
in
will
the
also make a complaint against him.
okay. Suppose in the first instance you are ready to run faster than him.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thereafter, what happens?
So thereafter, sir, I'll go and complain in the school, so as well as in the police station.
Very, very good. Right. So you have been fighting in the school also physically?
No, sir, till now I have not
You didn't
indulged.
have, but
No,
still you
sir.
want to fight with this thug.
No, sir. In that situation, I will have to fight.
Okay, good, very nice. Right. Now, say Your mother gives a teacher, one of the teachers, to organize Kho competition in the school
Yes, sir.
amongst various classes, different teams, right?
Yes, sir.
The teacher is not very inclined to do it in a good manner. So she best thing she finds is call Ayan and tell him. So anything which goes wrong, your mother will keep quiet. Okay. So she tells
Yes,
you
sir.
to organize it,
Yes, sir.
competition in your school ground, on the school annual day function. The final
Yes, sir.
should be on school annual day functions. So how many teams will you make? What all planning you will do? What all preparations will you do? And how exactly will you organize on the complete event right from the beginning and up to the finals on the school annual day function?
Sir, I can organize it in two ways, sir. It can be made inter-house because there are four houses in our school, or it can be opted like, sir,
So
inter-classes.
that's your choice. You have to
Yes,
decide.
sir.
Tell me how
So
exactly
then
you are
I
going.
will choose the inter-house because if we choose inter-class, then uh, obviously it is obvious that the senior class will defeat the junior classes. So I will keep make it a inter-house competition. So in the same way, it is organized in our school week competitions. So then obviously I will choose one captains, or the houses will choose their own captain and their own team. So once all the teams have been formed, so I will ask some other volunteers, other students who are not playing, to voluntarily come and help. So then I will ask them to bring the board as the court is already ready in the field. So then we'll start the match. I will also ask for a teacher to be the referee, our sports teacher. So then in this way, the game will go on.
And what all preparations will you do for the complete tournament and for the final day?
So all the competitions can be completed in a single day. So because there are only four teams, so there will be two semi-finals and one finals.
So they will let you do it all the matches on one day during annual function.
Yes, sir.
How long do you have your annual function for?
So annual function our starts from uh, around 2 p.m. to around 7 or 8 p.m.
Okay. So out of these 5 hours,
Sir, no, on the
how
annual,
much time will you think kabaddi will take? This sorry, kho.
so Kho will take almost 10 minutes. Sir, one game, one innings of the game will take.
Total complete competition.
So complete competition. So it will take 20 minutes for one game, and for break again 10 minutes. So it will almost take, so almost
So start to
one and
finish
one and
should
a
be
half hour to 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes, sir.
So you think they'll give 2 hours to you out of these 5 hours?
Sir, no, not on the annual day, but there are other days, sir. On the annual day, there are only cultural functions.
Okay, good. Right. Now that you have decided to join the Air Force, say
Yes,
for
sir.
some reason you are not able to join the Air Force, what next?
Sir, then I will
There are
prefer to join the
so many
army.
options.
Sir,
So
so
many
then,
options, isn't it? Written
yes, sir.
exam, which you have cleared already, SSB, medical, PAB test.
Yes, sir. So then I will join the army. Then, sir, there is another corps, that is Army Aviation or the Naval Aviation. So if through that I can be able to fly, then I will obviously opt for that.
Okay, good. It's been nice talking to you.
Yes, sir.
As Colonel Prasad has told you, why do you think the button should have been closed of your shirt? What is the reason? Why has he told you right in the beginning? Why should it be closed? Why? So what? The
Sir,
most of the candidates don't even come with tie.
sir, it shows a personality. Appearance, actually, appearance is a part of the personality. So it shows a officer like personality, and it also shows how much responsible I am towards my appearance.
Mhm. The appearance gives you the first impression.
Yes, sir.
The first impression is very important.
Yes, sir, exactly.
What are the different things? A casual candidate coming, what all will he do?
Sir, he will have all his clothes pressed. He will have a nice tie,
Casual, I'm
formal.
talking the person who is casual in his attitude. हो गया तो ठीक है, नहीं हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं.
Okay, sir. Sir, then he will not have his clothes pressed, iron. And sir, his
Button open,
yes, sir. Button open.
not shaved,
Yes,
no
sir.
haircut.
Yes, sir.
Background in the video giving a casual attitude.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes,
You
sir.
agree with me, na?
Yes, sir.
So for whatever you do in life, what is important?
Sir, appearance is very
Preparation. As
important.
you are doing
Yes, sir.
preparation for a SSB, the preparation
Yes.
part is
Very important.
very
sir.
important. Not only from the teachers, from your side also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Thank
Wish
you,
you
sir.
all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good day.
Right, please, all of you. Taluda, unmute here. Unmute. All of you unmute yourself. Rajdeep, Jack, unmute yourself. I think we have had almost 45 odd minutes on there. We've gone through the system. What the interview was. Now, what do you think? I think let's start from Jack. What do you think is the problem with the candidate? Before we take the expert.
Sir, I think he did it very well.
Okay, he did very well. Any,
Yes, sir.
what all good qualities has emerged from him, from his?
He was very confident, first of all.
Okay, let's start from the. He is confident. Confident. Next.
Sir, I think he has prepared well about the Air Force, the history of Air Force.
He knows about the service that he is trying to join. Okay. Next. What else?
Also, I think he's practical in his views.
He is practical.
Solving a problem.
Practical. Okay. Practical. Okay. Next. What else? What do you think negative traits that he has shown? Anything negativity?
Sir, I don't think so.
You don't think so. Very nice. Any other point you would like to say?
Sir, I think he has a great knowledge about Indian armed forces.
He is great. Right. Okay. Rajdeep.
Yes, sir.
What do you feel about what Ayan has said?
Sir, initially I felt that the nerves took a better of him, but on the later stage he handled it perfectly. He handled it perfect.
What did he say? What did the first sentence you
say? So initially, I think, as it was his first interview, so I felt as if he had a little bit nerves, but in the later stage he handled it perfectly.
Okay, he nervous.
He was confident at the confident later.
And okay, next, what else?
And Jack covered almost all the points. He was completely practical. He was straight to the point,
Jack has got
straightforward answers.
Rajdeep is independent from Jack. Jack is Jack Thompson.
Thomas.
Rajdeep Bora. So Rajdeep Bora has to speak about. You don't have to speak about Jack.
So he was straightforward, straight to the point answers.
Straightforward. Very nice. What else?
And yes, he had he was well prepared, and he knew what he was speaking.
Okay, he knew what he was speaking. He knew whatever he was speaking. Okay, knew what he was speaking. What else?
And he had a very good knowledge about the armed forces.
Done. Very good.
Yes, sir. That's all. That's what I. Those are my takeaways, sir.
Anything negative?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now, before we go down there, I think Commodore Talukdar would like to add up something before we get into it. Talukdar, let's have it.
Okay, like Ayan, the first thing is your appearance. Okay. Also, since it is an online video, I think you should have spent some time in getting your room arranged in a manner. Okay, the background and things like that. I think it was brought out by the IO also. Right? That's the first thing. Appearance has to be good. You have to make the first appearance. First impression is the last impression. Okay. Yes, initially you did fumble a bit, but you really picked up well. I compliment you for that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. The one aspect which probably you could have spent a little more time is your games and sports, your annual day function, right? Annual
Yes, sir.
day function cannot be completed in 5 hours time, right? Unless you have 2 3 days before, and last day you would have your cultural program, which you should have brought out in your own talk itself. It was only when it was the IO probe, then you said, sir, last day we normally have cultural program, right?
Yes, sir.
Your your cocoa itself will take 2 hours. So imagine 2 hours goes in your cocoa. Then what will you do in the 3 hours? There's so many other games. I'm sure you have 100-meter race, 200-meter race, 400 meters race. So many things are there. Have you actually? Do you in your school? Do you really have annual sports?
Yes, sir. It is actually a week long sports week, sir.
Okay, so
And in
this
the
is
last
one
day,
thing
there
you
is
should
the annual function.
you probably should have brought out that. Okay, otherwise, generally I found you were confident. You are quite to the point. You did have knowledge about your town, did have knowledge about your city.
Yes, sir.
You did have knowledge, required knowledge about the Air Force. Okay, I think generally it was a good interview.
Thank you, sir.
Before my expert takes on from there, I just wanted to add up or subtract something on there. First and foremost, uh, we'll not talk about what point has already been covered up. Look at the first question that he has asked you, the CIQ. He has given just one, he was very, very relaxed. Otherwise, one question has got about 10 to 8 to 10 questions. He had only 6, 7 questions, and he is very, very easy. You started off very well, but you forgot to talk about your sports, education. You asked him what next. Came back. At least 70 to 80% of the question you should be able to take it. So you were not attentive. Probably this came you as a surprise because CIQ he given you in the beginning only. So probably you were not very, very attentive. That may have been one of the reasons one there. Secondly,
Yes, sir.
we have given a full option to take full advantage whatever educational qualification and well you have done. You have simply said, well, sir, I have done well. You one line, you finished it off. You should have taken enough time to talk. He has started from class 8 to now. You should really say, yes, I have did well. They are the subject, and why do you like that subject? You never talked about it. Okay, he talked
Yes,
about
sir.
it. Teachers, the worst thing which you have done it wrong there, you have said you have been critical of a teacher because he is still teaching the old technique, old method which is there, but you are critical of it. I think will adapt you that you cannot allow this to happen. And this you have early. First, before you say critical, notably at them because she is not ready to listen to and she says she will not talk or she will not teach you that way. So you cannot do this. One such point, if you're going to kill you unnecessarily around there. Second point, okay, you talked about very good talked about the subjects like regions and teachers you dislike, you already talked about it. Examination, you didn't really come back in full detail. 10th, I got 90%. You have got full flexibility. That is your strength. You must exploit your strength. He has given freedom to talk. He has not stopped you in between. Why couldn't you take advantage of it? Next. He has also talked about learning from sports. You came back later on. But your first sports, which were there with the Coco and all the, you could have given so many things. One, you have talked very nicely. You talked about team spirit. You have talked about the leadership skill that you have developed. Very nice. But why not astronomy? Because one of your hobby was astronomy. Yes,
Yes, sir.
you only on the Rangoli and you took it on that and very nicely you put across it that was 2 time events. But why didn't you tell it, bring out your own strength? You could have talked to sir, that is there, but my main hobby is this. And
Amateur
he
students.
would have talked for 5, 10 odd minutes onto the system. He would have been impressed. Why? You must exploit your own strength. That is what I feel. You have not exploited your strength. He is very he purposely he has kept it aside. He has not talked about it. Astronomy kept it aside,
Yes, sir.
and he expected you that you to get into system on there. Secondly, what have can you have only talked about you got we do fight with my younger sister at times. And we have got that we do have fights and hatred. The word use word hatred, that is wrong. You cannot use that. And you're temporal. She's a child. She's a upper KG, lower KG. You can't afford to the word hatred that you can't afford to use it. You used it. Did you use it? Why did you use that? Very small little things. They are all matters from there. Understand you have to go to final aspect of the system. Word use, where you use, and why do you use? What implication, what meaning does it have? It has to have been understood from that point of view. Okay. But then again, he had doubt about two things. About your first and foremost organizing ability. And he has confirmed it that you don't have that great organizing ability. Because he simply asked you to organize a simple Coco tournament, which you couldn't afford to talk around there. So you have to scale up that. You have to do better around there. Secondly, he ran out, and so he had doubt about your risk-taking ability. That's the reason he kept on pulling you down, that you ran away from there. What will you do? He will find very right. He held on to that aspect very nice, right there. But he could have done better. There are better ways around there. So what he could have talked about. So what he is strong, sir. I have got my inner strength. I am fighting. I won't let him go. He can't fight with me. It is not only the strength which is going to be. I use my own techniques that I know this. And I'm being a Coco player. I can always afford to run away and be more smarter than him. So you have to think ways and means to get out of it. He'll put you on tangle. He will put you. That is his aim. He cannot afford to come out. And you have to be smart enough to finally to get out of the system. So organizing ability is questionable down there. And the question is, what are your plan? You rightly put one thing great about you, that you are showing motivation. Okay, motivation, because when he simply asked for Air Force, what do you do next? He said, I will join that. Very nice. That's a very correct way of doing cross from there. But what you really lack is a practical sense. Practical intelligence is missing. And the social intelligence to that aspect will also have to be covered up. Yes. You use the word, my parents are strict. What does it mean? There is certain amount of rope between you and your parents. It confirms the system that there is a problem. There is a problem. You will not be going time. So the interpersonal relationship becomes questionable to that extent. And but you are rightly put, because though they are strict, because being a teacher on there, they have managed me well. Very nice. Yes. You have had good relation with your brother, but you went off with. He has not even talked about today. I think Ravi has not gone. He has not talked about your current affairs and system on there. Beyond which you have seen. He is going to there are a lot many questions will come onto the system, and these questions will come up once he feels that the candidates are almost passing level. You recollect back when we talked about it. Your aim. Now, psychology, Ravi just want to bring it around this, Ravi, before he talks about it. So you had a low aim. Here also, he rightly put, because why didn't you score higher? Why didn't you try for IIT? He has to put words in your mouth. Why couldn't you afford to think about it? So it means your goal setting requires reconsideration. Yes, you said, talk about IIT. IIT should have been prepared. Yes, sir, I'm still prepared. Rightly produced, I'm still appearing the exams, and that is, I'm going to appear next time, and it is on my focus, which came much later on. You come under pressure. Because he has put you down there, and there is a tendency of you to come under pressure on the system. Okay. Then secondly, he has also talked about it. How much help did you get from your parents? Right, and what help advantage do you get in on there? You couldn't really, come out with what advantage did you get and how to get over that on. That you could have done it much better. You could have done it in spite of my parents being principal or vice principal on there. I don't take any advantage, sir. I stand on my own merit, which you have got enough capabilities. Why can't you say that very word? If you could word that, your level goes up. You have to raise your level. No one gives you a platter. Platter will have to be made by you. Food has to be made by you. You have got our recipe. Everything is there. Ingredients are there in you. You have to make that food what is really required on there, isn't it? Right or not? So there's
Yes,
again
sir.
the thinking that, no, what I use the word, you remember I talked about regression. Instead, you have to think ahead. You're mentally very sharp. You organize, you put in effort, everything is available. But thinking ahead that is the maturity. Now you're early adulthood. That should really be taken care of. Okay. Now, practical intent, I already talked about it. Imagine lack of imagination, because since you couldn't afford to organize that, what does it mean? It's a lack of imagination, lack of visualization. Think over it. You've got enough capability, exploit that. Visualization is more important. Unless you visualize things, never be there. Okay. And secondly, you must really learn to swallow your hand. You simply, when you're organizing, simply you say, captain will be chosen. What have you done? What is your contribution? You have done nothing. He has to leave it to you around there. How things are going to be there. So there's a big gap is available. You may like to correct it off there. So the tendency, what he talks at times of carelessness, will have to be avoided. I think now I leave it to Colonel Kadam to this is what I felt around there. I think he's the boss. He can afford to say much more thing what is there. Yeah, Colonel.
Okay, firstly, let me confess, I was not able to make you speak. Therefore, the interview was
Very short.
overall short. You are, as rightly put by this thing, you are theoretical, more on the theoretical, and you want to speak the least. It's a chance given to you, basically, to show yourself. You have to, I told you in the beginning, like an open book, be free and speak. And put your best foot in every question, see all over it, and put that everything in that. Every question about your town, start systematically. Not little bit. You have told me about clock tower first, second, say history, geography, present, what is happening, every. Then it shows your logical mind. Just two questions I asked. First one, your town and Tejpur. You forgot about Tejpur. Probably you're under stress the first time. Every question that the interviewing officer will ask, you will have an answer and you think you have answered. But no, what you answer, how you answer, what all qualities you display in that, you have to show it to me. Yes, I've got this also, I've got this also, I've got this also, I've got it. Everywhere. Now analyze yourself, and wherever you get chance, show those good qualities repeatedly if required in different
Yes,
sets. Okay. So you have to speak up. And theoretical as it was there in my mind, and you kept on proving. But very good thing about you is, in the courage situation, you fought till the end. But yes, at your age, little bit here and there, initial this thing, I was purposely trying. I also, as I said, I confessed I was not able to get you out to speak, and you are not giving me a chance. You are hiding yourself. You didn't let me read the book inside. Okay, that's my overall this thing, and that's why the interview also finished very fast. We keep
yes,
giving chances again and again. I'm also a human being, so in the end, I also got my patience ran out. Okay,
yes, sir.
Just to add
your
up to
background.
what
Let me
just a Kadam,
parents.
to add up. And what Colonel Kadam is saying, an interview can finish early or it can take longer time, depending upon the motivation that you show and the interest that you show. He should be interested. You remember, I told you it's a storytelling. Your
Yes, sir.
story should be so interesting that he gets interested and he keeps talking to you. He forgets his visualization of time. So you are going to speak to him and he's going to remain with him for RN plus. On the contrary,
Yes, sir.
if you ask a crisp question, crisp answer without making a story. I said, you remember how many times the story we talked about redemptive, contaminative, appearance, so many communion, agency. They will talk about different types of stories. So a story
Yes,
should
sir.
be so powerful that you should be able to motivate him to listen to you. He has got no time. He used the word, I didn't have to, I got lost my patience. What does it mean? If he loses his patience, okay, fair enough. You are a good candidate, fair enough, that's all. He makes his assessment and off you go. On the contrary, when it takes a longer time, he's more into, he would like to probe you further. He had many other questions to have, which he's not going to ask you. It is you who has to give him the opportunity to probe you further, not he. He is there to assess, he knows, he has to give 15 quality 50, he has already assessed what qualities are there, but that is not, within, he has seen hundreds of thousands of candidates, by looking at it 10, 15, he knows whether the candidate is going to pass or not going to pass. He is not going to devote time. Sometimes, because since it's mandatory for him to spend about 40 minutes time, in 40 minutes he keeps telling you all sorts of things. But if he is interested, he can extend his interview for 1 hour plus. Okay, sorry, Kanakram.
Yeah, no, no. Second thing I want to tell you, you are one of the top brackets of the candidates who come to SSB. With both parents so well educated, doing so well in life. So there are a lot of expectations from the interviewing officer right in the beginning moment. He says, parents, both principals, and you said about your father being director in various other institutions. Expectations from you are much more. Say a candidate comes, a farmer's son or a industrial worker's son. The expectations are not much. Okay.
Yes, sir.
From you, expectation is much higher, and you should be in the top bracket, giving
Yes,
out, speaking out, giving the information, much more than what is expected. So you have a advantage otherwise in your life you have got, but disadvantage here because my expectations are very high from you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
To go anywhere here in college, everywhere, your expectations are very high. And there is no harm in having an alternate career. You should have said, if I don't get into Air Force, of course, this is one of the careers I've thought of. If you have not come on your own, I have brought it up. You must say, yes, of course, that's my second option. But first is defense for what are all the reasons you can give.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Right. You can say with my academic, this thing, if not, not only IIT, I've got so many options. You can name a few of them. But as of now, defense is my choice. Second choice may be IIT or something depending. Right? So you
Yes,
have to open up, speak up. Organization, you'll have to, you must, I feel you have not done any practical work anywhere. Most of the answers are also crisp, short, and that much only. So organization, you'll have to think, go into the minutest, once you have given the leeway, go to the minutest details and show all your qualities here. I'll make a committee, I'll get all my friends, I'll make them in charge of different aspects. One may be, say, looking after marking this thing ground, the rules, regulations, briefing all the of my friends will brief all the teams. No, this thing, no breaking of rules, no heated arguments with the referee or whatever. You say, you make teams, organize it fully. Say, I'll make teams, show that, yes, you are friendly, you have got a lot of friends. Okay. Then you say,
Yes,
I'll keep informing my teacher. That means you are communicating with their teachers as well as the team. The team captains and team, you will not be selecting. They let the houses select them. And they let them nominate them. So I'll call the team captains meeting. I'll brief them what is to be done. I'll tell them these are the dresses for every team or whatever it is. Right from marking to planning to timing. An annual day function, so you must say, give a little bit about annual day function also. What happens in our school generally, this is what happens. This is the time slot. I'll have, there's limited matches, so I'll have few matches a day before or 2 days before and one final match. Very interesting and fine. In 20 minutes, say half an hour, I'll take some time to brief everything.
yes.
You'll have to go into details. I'm not telling about any match, any organization. He will definitely ask you a thing about organization. Even if you have done well in the interview earlier, everybody wants to know your organizational skill, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We must
Thank
thank
you, sir.
Colonel Kadam for so much insight on the system. Any question that you have got to ask anyone? Yeah, Jack. Unmute yourself. Ask any question if you got any. Any question to anyone? Anyone has got any question? No?
No, sir, I have already got
No,
whatever
sir.
I wanted.
Not you. So,
Rajdeep, Jack,
Rajdeep,
both
any
of you.
question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
sir.
Over the
Jack?
course of this interview, I learned a lot of things, and sir has also
What
given
you
many
like?
insights to various.
What you want? Have you got any questions to ask? No.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
that's the end of it. So we must thank Karnak Kadam for his insight in the system. I think, thanks a lot, sir. I think it's
Welcome.
and let me just tell you on there, he used to be vice president, I used to be the TO of a board, aircraft journey board. And that's our relationship goes up right from NDA day to now. Okay, so that's his greatness. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
And
Thank
Kadam
you
is
very
also
much.
an aviator. He's also an aviator like
Okay.
me. And we not met, but we have a.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot.
Kadam. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
And we'll be in touch. We'll be in
Right,
touch.
sir. Right. We'll be in touch. Right. Bye.
Thank you.